Hello, everyone. So my name is Paul, and I'm the Transfer Student Success Program Manager. We're in the SIL Center. We're a new office, and so one of the things that we're here to do is really support new transfer students. So please feel free to talk to us after, or if you're in the chat, to ask questions. We're really looking at what are resources and opportunities that are very impactful and helpful for new students. So we're in the Bennion Center, so thank you all for joining us, and I'm sure people will kind of trickle in. I'm also the advisor for the Crimson Transfer Honor Society, so I have any questions at the end about that as well. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jacob in the Bennion Center to talk more, and I'm really happy to have a student be able to kind of share his experience.
Hi, my name's Jacob. I'm a second year student. I'm studying bio and psych, and I'm involved here at the Bennion Center. So I'm just going to go over like a general overview of what's going on in the Bennion Center and how you can get involved. So yeah, does anyone want to share like topic areas like service wise that they're passionate about or interested in? Does anyone have something that they want to share? Sure. Yeah. Awesome.
I like serving.
Awesome.
I really love animal shelters and like doing TNR and helping with rescue animals.
Awesome. Anyone else want to share? All right, perfect. So in general, the Bennion Center, like there are opportunities for most of those. I'm pretty sure all of them. So yeah. So the goal of the Bennion Center is to inspire and mobilize people to strengthen communities through learning, scholarship, and advocacy. So in general, we just want to connect students and teach them how to serve their community better. And yeah. So how we do that is by promoting inclusivity, healthy like boundaries, and healthy service, being resilient, and just building communities. That's how we want to promote service. And yeah. So so there are a few ways you can get involved. One of those is Service Corner. Service Corner is a program which is like a drop-in thing. It's, hey, I have some spare time. I want to do a little project. So you can go to Service Corner, pick something up like knitting things, so you can knit like hats, scarves, all that stuff. And we drop those off to communities that need those supplies and stuff. And we also make personal hygiene kits for people as well. So that's just at your own volition, just being like, hey, I have some time, I'm gonna go pick that up, do it, and then when you're done, you just return it. So it's really simple. It's just I'm available, I want to do something. There's no time commitment overall, it's just your own pace. And the Service Corner, I believe that's located at the KV office, right?
Yeah, Service Corner is too. Hey, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I'm just here to like fill in the gaps. The Service Corner can come to this location, this kind of our main office location. You can pick up it's also Color Village. We had a kiosk, but they're building a fourth tower there now, so it's now one of the breakout rooms. That's room 1108. In any case, there is one there that you could drop off.
Yeah, so that's just the general overview of the Service Corner. Next thing we have that's this is like one-time commitment kind of stuff that we're talking about right now is Saturday service projects. Saturday service projects happen a few times throughout the year. The one that's up and coming is the Legacy of Lowell event, which is on September 24th. Signups will happen for that soon. And what you do is you sign up for one of the projects. There's going to be 5 of them that are happening. And it's, for example, there's one that's like planting trees, cleaning up like a river. That's the one that I did last year. And you work for about 3 hours, and there's a lot of people that get involved in that. So even though it's like overall, like individual man hours are pretty low, when there's that many people, it makes a lot of difference in a short amount of time. So if you're interested in just trying out some new things, getting your toes wet, that's a great way to just jump right in. Does anyone have any questions about that? Once again, it's on the 24th of September. So Saturday. Signups are open. When do they close, Chris?
Registration's open, they're really open kind of first come, first served.
Yeah.
Spots to take in, there's a little less than 20 projects on and off campus, so depending on what spots are available. It's a half day Saturday.
And then another way to get involved. This is a bi-weekly thing that happens throughout the year. So it's like an hour every other week that you meet. It's called First Year Experience. I'm part of the leadership team over that. And what we do is we do a lot of community leadership projects. It's a great way to make friends. We do service projects at least once a month. And if you're looking for a community to join in the university, this is a great way to meet new people, because the goal is to connect people who this is their first year at the university and build a community from that. There's an application on the website that is still open until the 2nd, I believe, is when it's closed.
You
Yep.
might have said this, sorry, but it's first year, like freshmen, but also transfer students.
Yep.
So you're eligible.
And so it's just a great opportunity so to kind of find your footing within the university and finding a community. I was part of it last year. That's why I joined the leadership teams, because I felt like I found a really good community doing this experience. And if any of you are interested in that, you can talk to me after more about that, because I would really love for you guys to join that. And then the next thing that applications are relatively soon. The 31st they're due is alternative breaks. I've been on 2 of them so far. Alternative breaks is a really cool experience. So during fall break and spring break, there are opportunities to go to places all over. There are some even in the community. And what you do is you find like a focus area. So for my first one, I did immigration and refugee rights, and that happened in Salt Lake. And so we worked a lot with the refugee population, trying to understand the resources that are available to them and to help build like a community that can help promote those resources. And there are some that last a week, and those are the ones that happen during the break. And then there are light experiences, which happen the week after the break for Friday and Saturday. So if you don't have a time commitment that you can make during the break, you can do that light experience. And it's a really great way to still hop in and understand what AB is all about. If you have questions about that too, I also know a lot about that. The big thing about alternative breaks is just learning about a specific problem area and engaging with the community that you are learning about. So it's about centering those communities. So it's really great work. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, awesome. So another area that we have, which it's a commitment, and you try to at least do a semester of a commitment. Sometimes it's year round, depends on the partner, is the community partner program. And this is broken up into different areas. So if you're really passionate about arts and recreation, education, advocacy, health and wellness, mentorship, sustainability, and food justice, all of those problem areas have different community partners within them. So if you are interested in anything, there are about 50 programs that are involved in that. And you just consistently volunteer with that partner throughout the semester, even the year. You can do it for as long as you want. You can do it multiple years if you're really passionate about that and you continue to want to do it. Few examples of community partnership programs are all of these listed right here. So like you said, animals, there's best friends. And yeah. Does anyone have any questions about anything specifically with the community partnership programs?
So how do we get involved in that again? I just feel like I'm not. seeing
That's
it.
a great question. So on the website, there's this thing called the volunteer interest form, which you will fill out, and it's like select the areas which you are interested in, the community partners you are interested in, and then that will send it out to those community partners, and then they'll email you back and kind of be like, hey, you're interested, what do you want to do? Kind of fill out when you're available and all that stuff, and then get involved with that. Yeah. You had a question?
I just wanted to ask, like, if you did this community partnership program, say you did it with the Red Cross, what exactly would you know?
I don't know specifically because I haven't done work with the Red Cross, but I feel it's more I think it's like helping like healthcare wise more so than anything. Yeah.
The one thing on the volunteer interest form, it'll show all the available kind of currently in need of volunteer opportunities.
Mhm.
And within each one, there's like a who, why, where, what, when section that kind of answers where the location, activity, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when you submit the form, the leader will follow up with you to answer a lot of other specific questions. This is kind of how the Bennion Center started these programs, and it's a really good. If you're looking for more of like a weekly, bi-weekly volunteer opportunity, and you're able to form kind of like type of community of students that are on the support of that organization. So it's kind of the pathway for a lot of student leaders.
Any other questions? All right, awesome. So another thing is Utah Reads, which is a work study, a federal work study program. And if you don't do work study, that's okay, but you have to sign up for a thing called AmeriCorps, and I can't get into the specifics on that. But in general, like if you're interested in helping kids learn how to read and all that stuff, it's kind of like a reading tutoring program. And yeah, so you're just a mentor one-on-one with kids, and yeah.
Sorry, I can't help it. Have all this stuff in my head, so I got to put it out there.
Yeah.
Applications close this Friday. If you are eligible for federal work study, it's a good reading tutor for elementary student opportunity. 9 locations, there's one pretty close to campus, but they're all close to I think it's $50.
Yeah.
It's a priority deck this Friday. But if you have any interest, I'll let you know.
Any other questions about that program? All right. So a different thing, which is like somewhat less applicable right now, but just something to keep in mind, is residential engagement. So KV would apply less to you guys because that's like a first year housing kind of thing. But the Bennion Service House is something that you can sign up for housing. They do a lot of community engagement. They do monthly service projects and host dialogues on important issues. And those are like broadcasted to everyone who wants to participate in those. And so it's just, you're in a house with people who are really passionate about community and engaging in the community. So it's a really great opportunity. If you're looking for housing, that's a great place to go. Yeah. And then this is something that if you are looking for credit hours and stuff like that, there's community engaged learning classes through the Bennion Center, and those would So community engaged learning is you're learning class material, but then outside of that, you're doing some sort of service or engagement in the community, which is part of the classwork. And some of those offered through the Bennion Center are Pathways to Civic Engagement and Introduction to Civic Engagement. And those happen, do they happen?
Yeah, they happen fall and spring.
Yep.
You could still potentially enroll. But these are both kind of introductory courses to BENN specific CEO designated courses, which you'll find across pretty much all major departments. They're generally upper division courses, but they're required to work with a community partner as part of a CEO designated course. So it's kind of a lot of them out of the classroom, but these are good options. And these are also prereqs to build into some other academic credentials.
Any questions about that stuff? All right.
It's a lot. The Bennion Center does
Yeah.
a lot.
So another thing that we do CEL wise is community engaged learning abroad. So you get some general education requirements. You get to go to Cuba or Costa Rica, and you serve in that country during spring or fall break and meet once a week during the semester, and you earn academic credit in those areas. So if you're looking for shorter, it's a shorter term study abroad program, right? How many weeks is it?
They're faculty led. It's just 1 week over
Yeah.
fall or spring break. The cool thing is it doesn't disrupt the whole semester. You don't have to be gone for a year or a semester. It's just getting that experience over. It's generally speaking, you start class, it's like 7 classes leading into the fall or spring break. Cuba, it's fall break. Costa Rica will be spring break. Cuba's, you go to Havana, it's like an urban setting. Costa Rica is in the, what do they call it, the cloud forest, so they like zip line, wildlife.
Yeah, so if you're looking to try something like with study travel abroad, but just short term, that's a really great opportunity to do that. And a more long-term thing, if you're interested in something which is like more overall, like I want to get engaged, I'm really serious about community engagement, there is the Bennion Scholars and Community Engagement Certificate. So the Bennion Scholars Program is a 2-year program which you take classes and you do service hours, and you identify like a problem area that you want to work on a capstone project for with a, why did I just forget the word? You work with a faculty partner to work through that issue, and that's what your project is. And so that's a 2-year like thing. It earns you a transcript designation. Diploma designation. And so it's a really great way if you want to like have your own work, do your own projects, and have more like intensive in community-based program. That's a really great opportunity. The community engagement certificate is more credit hours than the Bennion Scholars Program, right? Yeah. So that certificate is more credit hour based than service hour based. And that's just a certificate. You'll do a lot of this of similar community engaged classes that you would do for the Bennion Scholars Program. It's just depending on what you want. If you're wanting to do more educational or more community outreach, both of those are really great opportunities. And does anyone have any questions about either of those? All right. So that's the general overview of the Bennion Center. And yeah, once again, I just want to highlight the first year experience program. That's a really great opportunity. It's twice a month, and you get to just hop in and build a community with each other. And If you're looking for something more long-term, you can talk to Megan, who's over the Scholars Program. If you're looking for something when you're more available during a break, Alternative Breaks Program is great. If you're looking for something where you can like have it's not super intensive, but you can make it more as intense as you want. Signing up for the volunteer program is really great too. So that's a general overview. Do you guys have any other questions about anything? Okay, awesome.
Well, what sounded the most interesting to some of you?
Yeah.
Anything stand out and maybe we could dig into a little more detail on them?
I like the sound of like the dropping in, I think it was on Saturday, like project, like just go in, work on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so build on that. There's a couple things. So there's a Saturday service project that's coming up. I think it'll be roughly like 500 students, community members, and stuff the project. So that's great. It's a half day. The service corner projects you can pick up anytime, those kids. And then an extension of service corner projects, there's service corner hours. Whereas service corner projects, you generally take them by yourself or with a roommate or small group of friends, but generally they're doing them more by yourself. The service corner hours, it's like 15 to 20 students. They're all up at Color Village. They're almost every week, and they're kind of unique team projects like like Dr. Seuss kids for different organizations. But that's where you can kind of come together, and they're all different times and days of the week, but you can have a little more of a meet people type of experience.
Yeah,
Do you find that from the website or how do you?
Yeah,
sign up
so
for it?
I don't know if you can, if you want to go to the website, if that's possible.
sure. I can go to
There's a
the,
student page on the website that has everything. Links, quick links to everything you should have talked about. If you follow us on Instagram, it's a good way just to stay kind of up to date in terms of like what registration is open for applicants. So if you have interest in finding ways to get involved, there's plenty of things. So it's bennioncenter.org. If you click on students and just, we also have a welcome giveaway. You guys want to scan the QR code? You can win this in this week, and there aren't that many people who signed up, so your odds. Yeah,
click
yeah.
here to enter.
Yeah. just go for it, guys.
Yeah.
So there's that, but if you keep going down, kind of like in the brochure, there's the volunteer register, apply and declare. And if you keep going down, you can find the volunteer interest form. It's in a couple places, but that's for like different community partner programs. That's where you go. And then here, it's really all of the active, like if you want to engage, they're open opportunities that you can check out. For all this stuff. Sometimes there's too many options. And trying to tell people about all of them can be challenging. Right. So yeah, that's the cool thing is it's one time to every day or every week type of thing you can get involved with. It's all majors. It's a really safe, supportive community of students here. This space here is meant to be kind of like your space. You can come and study, hang out. We generally have snacks over in what we call our wellness corner. It's a little light right now, but we're going to Costco this week. So yeah, so don't please feel free to come in. You have possibilities for other universities. For that, generally speaking, you need a university ID like your unit number
Yeah.
to register. So that kind of limits that. There are options for community members to join, so there could be a few ways to like a whole group of other schools.
Yeah.
And then anything else people are looking, you should definitely sign up for that package for sure.
Hand after all.
And then anything else people are interested in starting?
Can you talk about some of the what are some of the benefits of the program? What do students really get out of this?
Just in general, Bennion Center experience.
Your own experience.
Yeah. So I have learned a lot about how to build community and be a leader and actually like have meaningful engagements with what kind of work I want to do. Because a lot of the material is based around educating you on how you can be more impactful and intentful with what you are doing. And it's just great overall to be more aware of that. I've built a lot of friendships from the Bennion Center. I've gained a lot of self-confidence from the stuff that I've done. So I think that if you're looking for something which helps you, like in all aspects, like personal growth, social growth, academic growth, all of those can be done through the Bennion Center. And if I could if I could choose to do something else, I probably wouldn't, just because this has been probably the best opportunities that I've gotten in the university so far. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on that, a lot of students, some students I've talked to, it's not every student, but there are highlights in terms of, I never really received this internship without being connected and building a network with these different community partners. I got a job with the organization I volunteer with, I choose majors. Everyone's on different kind of places in their engagement. Some have been volunteering through high school, whatever, and have a certain passion, and they'll find us. Speaking to a lot of students that haven't done a lot of volunteering, there's a lot of good opportunities to kind of just get started. And from there, it seems like you start naturally progressing to kind of the bigger commitment things.